Welcome back, brother. This content is for those genuinely interested in men's rights. It covers complex, controversial topics that may not suit the general audience. If you're not part of the men's rights community, this video isn't for you, so feel free to tune out now. I'm Conrad Riker, a writer and advocate for fairness, dignity, and respect for men. This movement isn't about division, but addressing systemic injustices in divorce, family law, and societal expectation. Inspired by hard-working men unfairly stripped of their rights, I write for balance and justice. Together, we can change the narrative. Please like and subscribe if you appreciate this video, as it will help get the word out to those who need it. Thank you. Please relax and enjoy. This is an excerpt from B.B.C. Captured how the broadcaster promotes leftist ideologies and environmental death cults. B.B.C. captured how the broadcaster promotes leftist ideologies and environmental death cults is an ebook available in all good stores. As an author, I've spent years watching the steady decline of once great institutions like the British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC. I witnessed how it shifted from an impartial public broadcaster to a mouthpiece for leftist ideologies and environmental death cults. This transformation troubled me so much that I felt compelled to write BBC, captured to expose the insidious ways in which the BBC has been hijacked. My personal experiences with the subject matter of this book began when I noticed a subtle shift in the BBC's programming and news coverage. It started with the promotion of progressive ideologies and environmentalism that undermine traditional values and the concept of hard work. As time went by, this shift became more pronounced, and I realized that the BBC was no longer serving the public interest, but rather it was pushing a one-sided agenda. This book is for rational, red-pilled men who are tired of biased news and the decline of once great institutions. It is for those who are concerned about the rise of radical ideologies, the decline of traditional values, and the promotion of environmentalism as a front for leftist political agenda. Readers will discover how the BBC has been transformed into a mouthpiece for progressive indoctrination and how it brainwashes viewers with subtle propaganda. Reading BBC Captured is essential for understanding the decline of institutions like the BBC and the threat they pose to our values and beliefs. The book offers actionable insights that can help readers fight back against the tide of leftist ideologies and reclaim the media for all. The benefits of reading this book include the ability to discern biased news, understanding the tactics used by the BBC, and the knowledge required to counteract their influence. If you are not part of the target audience, I urge you to put down this book and take up some other hobby, or do something else with your time that you'd enjoy. This book is not for those who are easily offended or who blindly support leftist ideologies. It is for those who seek the truth and are willing to question the status quo. To conclude, BBC Captured is a must-read for anyone concerned about the decline of once great institutions like the BBC and the promotion of leftist ideologies and environmental death cults. By reading this book, you can join the fight against biased news and reclaim the media for all. With the introduction completed, we are jumping to an extract from the book. The promotion of hard-working, deserving employees used to be a given at the British Broadcasting Corporation, or BBC, but that was before the tide of social justice washed over the corporation's human resources policies, slowly eroding the once merit-based promotion system. Now it seems the BBC has been captured by a leftist ideology that values inclusion over competence, leaving a trail of demoralized, overlooked employees in its wake. To illustrate, let's take the case of John, a long-serving, diligent employee whose dedication to his work was second to none. John had been with the BBC for over 10 years, consistently exceeding expectations, taking on extra responsibilities, and never missing a day of work. He had been patiently waiting for a promotion that never came, watching as less experienced, less committed colleagues who fitted certain diversity quotas were given the opportunities he had been denied. I spoke to John about his experience, and it was heartbreaking to hear him recount the times he had been overlooked for promotion. He shared how he had watched with increasing bitterness as individuals who had less experience and fewer qualifications were promoted ahead of him. When John asked about the reasons for his continued lack of promotion, he was given vague answers about diversity targets and inclusion policies. This shift in promotion policy isn't just a case of isolated incidents. It represents a larger problem within the BBC, a problem that impacts staff morale and productivity. A study by the Center for Economics and Business Research found that companies that prioritized diversity over skills were less productive and less profitable. The BBC, it seems, is following this trend. sacrificing efficiency and effectiveness for the sake of optics. Just consider the case of Sarah, a talented journalist who was with the BBC for 5 years. Despite her excellent work, her commitment to her career, and her unmistakable potential, she was passed over for a promotion that was given to a less experienced colleague. Sarah didn't fit the diversity criteria that her colleague did. When Sarah confronted her superiors about this decision, she was met with the same vague justifications about inclusion policies. It's a deeply dispiriting situation, but also a predictable one. The progressive ideologies that have taken hold of the BBC are more concerned with virtue signaling than with rewarding hard work and talent. This war on merit is not just damaging for individuals like John and Sarah. It's damaging for the BBC, its reputation, and ultimately its viewership. Under the guise of inclusion, the BBC is promoting mediocrity, and in the process, it is losing the very thing that made it great: its credibility, its quality, and its merit. So here we are, caught in a war on merit, with casualties like John and Sarah. The BBC's captains seem more interested in playing identity politics than in steering their ship through the stormy waters of broadcasting. But make no mistake, the ship is taking on water, and the casualties are mounting. It's high time someone called out the BBC for its misguided policies. It's high time we brought back merit-based promotion. Because at the end of the day, it's not about inclusion. It's about doing the best job possible, and that's something everyone deserves. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your interest in BBC Captured, how the broadcaster promotes leftist ideologies and environmental death cults, available in all good bookstores. Please like and subscribe. Thank you and God bless.